Good morning, everybody. Today we're just going to go through page 17. Again, just kind of reviewing the polynomial long division. A few at the bottom are a little more involved, so we'll see how those go. And, just pay attention to the different way we're being asked to divide. The notation's a little bit different, like between question 1, 2, 3, and 4. All those different things are telling us the same thing to do the division, okay? So let's take a look at these. Okay, let me give myself a little more room. There we go. All right, x times x is x squared, distributing the x on top to the x plus 6. X squared plus 6x. Subtract, negative 3 minus 6 is negative 9. Bring down the minus 54. X times negative 9 is negative 9x. Distributing, we get this. And when we subtract, we get a remainder of 0. Okay, so it's just an indication that x plus 6 is a factor of this original quadratic, and the other factor is x minus 9. But in terms of the division problem, the quotient is our answer. That's the x minus 9, and again, no remainder there. Okay, looking at the next one. Let's see if I can squeeze this in here. X times x squared is x cubed. Distributing the x squared, we get x cubed minus 4x squared. Okay, negative 8 plus 4 is negative 4, and I'll bring down the other terms. Okay, we're going to multiply x by negative 4x now to get negative 4x squared, and then we'll also get a plus 16x. Okay, the 4x squareds cancel. 17 minus 16 is x. Bring down the minus 4. Of course, x times 1 is x. Distributing, we get x minus 4, so that'll completely cancel out. And again, the remainder is 0. So final answer here, that quadratic, that's the quotient. Okay, I'll set this one up in long division form. Okay, here we're going to have to multiply x by 3x squared to get started. Distributing, 6x squared. Okay, 9x squared minus 6x squared is 3x squared. Bring the other terms down. Okay, x times 3x will give us 3x squared. Okay, distribute, subtract. We're left with 2x plus 4. X times 2 is 2x. And again, we're getting a remainder of 0 back here. Okay, so final answer is that quotient right there. 3x squared plus 3x plus 2. Okay, next up. Again, I'm going to rewrite this. Okay, start by multiplying by x squared. There's x cubed minus 2x squared. Okay, careful here. Negative x squared plus 2x squared is positive x squared. All right, x times x is x squared. Negative 4 plus 2 is negative 2x. X times negative 2 is negative 2x. And look at that, so far everything's had a remainder of 0. So there's our final answer, x squared plus x minus 2. Okay, number 5. Is 2x plus 1 a factor of this cubic polynomial? Okay, so we've kind of been seeing in the first 4 examples here is that we're getting remainders of 0. That means that these things we're dividing by up above here are factors. Okay, so like for number 1, the idea is if I divide this by that, and that's what's left, I could of course just rewrite this then as x plus 6 times x minus 9, that original quadratic. That's what it means to be a factor, is we could like factor it in such a way. And that only occurs if the remainder is 0. Okay, so if we're asked, is this thing a factor of this other thing? Again, we'll do long division. And if we get 0 back as a remainder, then yeah, it's a factor. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Okay, 2x times 2x squared is 4x cubed. Okay. Negative 12 minus 2 is negative 14. Let's bring the other stuff down. Okay, 2x times negative 7x is negative 14x squared. And distributing, we're going to get this. Okay, 3 plus 7 is 10. Bring down the 5. Okay, 2x times 5 is 10x. Distributing, we get 10x plus 5. Subtracting, the remainder is 0. So the answer is yes, because when we use long division, the remainder is 0. Okay, so there you have it. All right. Pardon me. All right, moving on. Just going to get this out of the way. All right. Get this out of the way here. All right, let's see what we got. 3x times x to the third would be 3x to the fourth. Okay, distributing and subtracting. 3x to the fourth cancel. Negative 5 plus 2 is negative 3. X cubes. Bring everything else down. Okay, 3x times negative x squared is negative 3x cubed. Okay, negative 3x cubed plus 2x squared. Okay, so here both the 3x cubes and the 2x squareds cancel. Bring down the other stuff. Okay, 3x times 1 is 3x. Distributing the 1, we get 3x minus 2. Again, the remainder is 0. Okay, and at the end of the day, here's our quotient. X cubed minus x squared plus 1. Okay, and so again, 3x minus 2 would be a factor of this fourth degree polynomial. Okay, for number 7, I'm going to rewrite it. Now, notice that we don't have an x squared term up in the numerator. What's going to be important is that we have a little placeholder for that, so that when we do the subtraction, we might get some x squareds when we do some distributing and stuff. So we're going to want what's called a placeholder. So I'm actually going to write plus 0x squared. Then the negative 13x and the minus 12. Okay, so let's see what this does for us. X times x squared is x cubed. Get an x cubed, and distributing, we're going to get plus 3x squared. Right, so right away, that's why I use that placeholder of 0x squared, so that when we subtract now, it looks like we're going to get 0 minus 3, negative 3x squared, and then bring everything else down. Okay, so we just want to be careful of that kind of stuff. In any event, continuing on now, x times negative 3x will be negative 3x squared, and minus 9x to go with it. Okay, the negative 3x squareds go. Negative 13 plus 9, negative 4x, bring down the negative 12. X times negative 4 gives me negative 4x minus 12. Subtract, remainder 0. Here we go. And once again, x plus 3 is a factor. Okay. Anyway, there's the quotient at the end of the day. X squared minus 3x minus 4. Again, watch those placeholders. And last but not least, this time we actually have a quadratic going into a cubic. So let's be careful. Take our time here. But it's the same idea. Really, we're just going to focus on this x squared out front and what we need to get these other guys. Okay, same idea, just higher powered term here. We've got all of our terms from x cubed down to x squared, x, and the constants, no placeholders. All right, so here, focusing on the x squared. X squared times x is x cubed, distributing. X cubed plus 6x squared plus 8x. Subtract. X cubes are gone. 11x squared minus 6x squared is 5x squared. 38x minus 8x is 30x. Bring down your 40. Okay, x squared times 5 is 5x squared. So plus 5 up top and distribute the 5. 5x squared plus 30x plus 40. Look at that. Subtract. Remainder 0. Okay, so the answer is just x plus 5. All right, and once again, in every one of these cases, they're all factors, the things we divided by, because in every case the remainder was 0. That kind of leads into the next lesson called the remainder theorem. We may take a look at that tomorrow. We may do some review. I haven't decided yet. But you know, we'll get into that soon enough. Okay, the remainder theorem just deals with factors, and you know, there's a relationship between what we get back as a remainder and what we end up dividing by, and we'll get to that when we get to it. Okay, but for now, make sure you can go through these long division problems, and if you can do that, you're in pretty good shape. All right, talk to you guys soon.